Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Napoleon, and today we're going to be doing another Enlisted guide video, and today we're going to be doing the MG13, a German machine gun in Enlisted. In this video, we'll be covering how to use the weapon itself, the history, and without further ado, don't forget to like, subscribe, join the Discord, and let's get started with the MG13. The MG13 was developed early in 1930s on the request of the Reichswehr, who sought to have a lightweight, man-portable machine gun. The basic design was derived from an earlier prototype, the Dreisel model 1915, which was designed by Louis Dreisel during World War I. In 1932, the MG13 was officially adopted by the Reichswehr and served as the standard light machine gun until it was retracted from service in 1937 in favor of the MG34. Surplus MG13s were sold to Portugal, who were also supplied to nationalist Spain during the Spanish Civil War. When the MG13 was developed and manufactured, this was not known due to the secrecy under the Germans' rearmament program, which afforded during the interwar period. Many sources claim that the Smithson's factory was responsible for the gun, as were other German companies permitted to produce machine guns after World War I. However, this was never confirmed. It was also suggested that Rheinmetall was also involved in the manufacture of the MG13. Needless to say, its upbringing was a secrecy. The MG13 is a short-recoil operated, magazine-fed, air-cooled light machine gun. The barrel of the gun can be withdrawn and replaced, but this requires practical disassembly of the weapon, as the barrel is withdrawn through the rear and of the opening receivers along with its extension and bolts. The MG13 uses only magazine systems, and magazines were inserted only through the left side, and the magazine housing has a spring-loaded dust cover. Spent cases were ejected through the opening on the right receiver wall, and the original magazines were a curved box type holding 25 clips in 2 rows, and these magazines were refilled with standard 5-round zipper clips. Later on, double magazines were developed, and these magazines had 2 drums with cartridge fed alternatively from each drum. These drum magazine Druppeltroppe in German magazines were different from the MG15 and MG34 magazines, as the upper drum was located asymmetrically to the lower drum, so it could not bosh the line of sight on the MG13. Double drum magazines were rather expensive and heavy, and notoriously hard to load. Now with the characteristics and the history out of the way, let's talk about the MG13 in terms of in-game stats. The one-star MG13 has a caliber of 7.92mm, has a head power of 12 at 10 meters, 10.8 at 100 meters, 9.6 at 300 millimeters, 8.4 at 400 millimeters, 3.6 at 600, 1.2 at 1000, and 0.1 at 1500. The armor penetration is pretty much the same, and that is 1 millimeter, and the muzzle velocity is 750, rate of fire of 550 to 600, reload time of 3.1, vertical recoil 28, horizontal recoil 20, fed system of 25 round magazine, weight of 13 kilograms, cartridge mass of 26.2, and fire modes are only auto. In terms of a 4-star MG13, we basically had the exact same caliber, with the hit power increased to 13.2 at 10 meters, 11.9 at 100, 10.6 at 300, 9.2 at 400, 4 at 600, 1.3 at 1000, 0.1 at 1500. Armor penetration is 1, with muzzle velocity of 750 meters per second. Rate of fire has been increased to 600 to 660, reload time of 2.6, vertical recoil 28, horizontal recoil 20, 25 round magazine, weight of 13, and cartridge mass of 26.2. That is all in terms of the stats, and let's go on to the recap section. In terms of the overall performance of the MG13, I would say it's pretty good, albeit that once you first get the weapon, you'll find that the recoil is extremely hard to control, especially if you're using it standing up or moving. The goal to this is basically when you move and when you see an enemy, the first thing that you want to do is crouch and literally start opening fire with the MG13 and make sure the shots don't deviate. After that, as you get later on, I highly suggest that you get minus 40% recoil reduction, so that the gun does way better in terms of vertical recoil. But in terms of everything else, the MG13 is pretty much a heavier version of an assault rifle. It does pretty well. It's not good in terms of long range, albeit you can still use it at long range. But the damage is pretty good, the weapon itself is pretty good. I just don't suggest that you use it while running or firing, albeit if you want to use it, you do have to make sure that you do crouch when you fire. And that is pretty much it in terms of the MG13. Obviously this is going to be a short video because there's not a lot. This gun is pretty much pretty good. It's not special, albeit it's not average. It's on the lines of, it's quite special, but at the same time, it's not that amazing. That's it. This is pretty much it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one. Now before you leave, I would like to thank you very much for watching this video. I will be honored if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, more videos are coming out, so it is a good idea to click on that notification button. Anyways, have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.